All right, hello YouTube. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. We are taking a much deserved 3 days off. Joe was going to meet with the strength and conditioning trainer again this week, today. That didn't work out, so I was like, we'll just take the whole 3 days. We got a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off, and it's well deserved. There's been a lot of hard work going on up in here. However, having some time off and doing film review, and now it's video review, but I still call it film review, I got to thinking about the proposition of who would defeat Mike Tyson, with Mike Tyson in his prime. And that would be as soon as Mike got in the top 10. So from some point there up through winning all the belts and having the lineal title as well. And actually a space or two thereafter. So I'm talking pre-Buster Douglas and post getting into the top 10, maybe top 15, totally prime Mike Tyson. And I was finding it very difficult going back and watching these fights, trying to find someone that would have beat him. And I want you to make no mistake about it, Mike had some off moments during his prime. One would be the two 15-round fights he had. There were 15 back then for you young fellas. One of them was with James Smith, Bone Crusher Smith, and the other one may have been Tony Tucker. I can't really recall at this moment, but so he, even in his teetotal prime that I just aforementioned, had some off days, and that's normal, and everybody's got them. But I couldn't think of a soul. I started with Ali. Ali's nickname was the greatest, but I'm not so sure he was the greatest. And I know for one thing, if I was a betting man and had to bet my house and everything I owned and everything I was down there going to own in the future on it, a prime Ali against a prime Tyson would take him, he would be took down 3 or 4 rounds as well. I don't even think it'd go the distance. People don't know this, but just a little tidbit of information. Muhammad Ali gave Sonny Liston his nickname. They called Sonny Liston the Big Bear, and the reason they did that was because it's what it's the name Ali gave to him. And so that was just a little information there. Anyway, I had a hard time thinking of anybody. So I move up and I go into, if you're, I'll say, around 40-ish to maybe 50-ish, you are probably in that the 90s was a great heavyweight era. I think it was a great heavyweight era. I would be in agreement with you younger fellas. However, I don't think it was the greatest era. And I don't think picking and choosing guys out of that era, including Lennox Lewis, Riddick Bowe, Evander Holyfield at a prime time. Of course, Mike did fight two of those fighters, and he lost to both of them. But that was a battered, very quickly aged, and after prison Mike Tyson. So, and you have to take into account that peekaboo style. We do it, and you would just never know. Maybe you look on YouTube, maybe you look at fights, films, and you see people telling you how to perform this style. The problem is not in performing the style, it's actually in having the I'll call it midriff and lower back to be able to do that style consistently, and having the strength to perform it, because the style itself will wear you out quickly. If you don't believe me, get in a ring and try to go a 2-minute round, an amateur 2-minute round or 2.5-minute round with somebody staying in that style and moving like that and punching like that, and you will very quickly figure out that this is why nobody does that style. I see things online how this person beat that style. I've never seen that style overcame. I've seen fighters lose with that style, but I've never seen that style dominated at all. Never. The reason Tyson, and even back to Floyd Patterson, Floyd was very small, for example, and Tyson got older, and he got older quickly and wasn't training and was abusing his body and things of that nature. So I'm talking minus external things, external negative inputs on somebody that practiced the style. I think it's the greatest style ever. It's just it's such a physically difficult style that no one can do it. It's the endurance level required there is unbelievable. We are going to keep building. We're going to keep working on the strength aspects. We're blessed around here, and that's one thing you'd know that this style wouldn't be for you either, and that would be if you don't have a strong punch. If you can't hit hard, that style is using a lot of offense as your primary defensive weapons, and it's so if you can't hit hard as hell, you got no business trying to fight in that style as well. I've tried to train other people in the style. They can't do it. They could, but they won't. They don't give the conditioning and the strength building and endurance that they need. They can't do the input of work on it. They can, they just choose not to. And it took, I started off with this style with Joe. We do several styles. There's a lot of different things we do, but we're going to move in the next couple of weeks into this style, and we're going to be drilling in this style 2 or 3 hours a day. We're going to minimize some calisthenics for a while and go into the technical aspects of this style, which of course would be repetitive movements. And he's still going to get a hell of a workout every day. So that's what we're up to, but stylistically and thinking back on it and having lived it, having lived the Ali era, having lived the pre-Ali era, and having seen this with my eyeballs as it was happening, and word on the street in the gym as these things were happening, just in combination with my eyes and things over quite a few decades here, I don't see nothing that compares with that style. And so we're going to move into that being the primary style and 90% of the focus of what we do now. And we'll see what happens. Can the style be cracked? Yes. Do styles make fights? Yes. But there again, historically, I have never seen a strong man use that style and it not produce bear a lot of fruit, a lot of good fruits. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go full force with it. We have been doing so many different things, and we are getting to a point we don't have enough hours to do everything that needs to be done. And there's only but so much the human body can do, and you have to have recovery time. So we're going to keep building some strength, maybe through next week. And we're going to be hitting on 2 or 3 hours of technical work like you wouldn't believe, and try to get as many things as ironed down as we possibly can, and get to a point that the package is there where if you go through 8-week, 12-week training camp, you can fit every aspect into the training camp together to proceed for fight day. And we're going to treat every fight like that, amateur, everything. We're going to treat it like we're fighting for the world championship, and we're going to see what happens. A lot of you get upset with me because I'm boastful and you say ego and braggadocious, but I don't really say these things to be offensive. I say these things trying to reach the younger guys and to try to light a fire up underneath their rear end to work harder. Well, why would you do that? Well, we should have the capability every Olympics, for example, to win 13 gold medals. Yet we got 1 bronze this year. I think the last Olympics we only got a silver and a couple of bronzes. I can't remember. And we cannot field a world heavyweight boxing champion. So I try to everybody I see shortcomings in them, and they are obvious to me, and I'm trying to break down others' wishful thinking in this sport. And that's exactly what it is. It's wishful thinking. Even a lot of us older guys, we have bent to this generation and we're not remembering back properly. And it's got us where we are, because the older guys, my age, a little younger, a little older, should be raising Cain everywhere we go with concerns to athletics in general in the United States. And it's falling in the world. We make no mistake about it. I'm telling my American brothers and sisters, We shouldn't have one minor belt sitting over there in Europe. We should have them all gobbled up. And we're getting weak, and they are getting strong. And we're going to have to get strong too. And if we don't make some cultural changes, China's going to hold all the belts, because it's going to be China and the rest of the world's going to be effeminate. Or it'll be China and Russia and the rest of the world will be effeminate. So, yeah, I walk bold, but it's due to the work that we do around here. Hopefully soon, I don't know when it's going to be, get Joe on here talking some. I've even told him maybe we'd put some cameras up and he just be himself, because he really don't like getting in front of the camera to talk purposefully. And it's the talking part he don't like. And I appreciate that, because Joe Lewis didn't like it, Sonny Liston didn't like it, Joe Frazier didn't like it. There's a lot of guys that didn't like it. So he's in good company with that. So anyway, I've babbled enough. I'll probably get upset about something here over the weekend and put something out. I normally do. As I've been telling you guys, we're going to hopefully try to get back to the United States before the middle of the coming year here. Maybe in 8 or 9 months, be home. So your prayers on that certainly would be appreciated. And as soon as we get back, all hell's going to break loose in the boxing community. Guarantee you that. Guaranteed. So much love to everybody. And again, I'll remind you, I love all of you. And please don't take what you would consider maybe a bad ego or cockiness that maybe you see with me offensively. I say the things I say because of the hard work we do. And I don't see nobody else putting out the work that's going on here. So we speak very boldly, but we certainly don't mean to offend any of you. So we hope everybody has a good weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Finishing this, hang on one second. I don't think nobody in the history of the game on their best night with Mike Tyson, on their best prime night with Mike Tyson on his best prime night, could have beat Mike Tyson. And that's including everybody we got today, the greats of the 90s, the other wonderful boxers of the 80s, the greats of the 70s and the 60s, and the whole nine. So that's my answer 20 minutes in. So love you guys and hope to see you shortly.